Hi everyone, I'm Helen Ellis and this is my book Colorist Special Effects, and today I'm going to demonstrate one of the step-by-step guides in the book, and I'm using Prismacolour Premier pencils. It's all greys because I am colouring a silvery pearl. So we're going to flick over, I've put a marker here with the kitchen roll, flick over to the pearl. Okay, so it has all the steps down here and what to do and what colours to use. We're using greys for this pearl. I've already coloured the base layer in, I'm using Prismacolour Premier pencils. I've already coloured the base in the pale 20% cool grey, and the next layer I'm going to do is, can you see? So I'm just following the guides, and as I said in my last video, this skin tutorial, and I mention a lot in the book, I'm using mainly a scumbling method. I'm not pressing hard because I like to tickle the colour on. You can always go darker, but it's harder to go lighter. Obviously you can erase colour. This is, I've said before, where's it disappeared to? This is my favourite eraser. I know some people like electric razors, what am I talking about? Erasers, but I do like this one a lot. But maybe I'll give one of the electric ones a try. So I'm doing the second layer, and this is 30% cool grey. So that's building up, and as I do this scumbling motion quite lightly and build it up, then it's blending it into the first layer. I do say throughout my book, well, not on every single page, that if you wish to burnish with a white pencil to smooth out your colours, then you feel free to do so. It just depends what you think. Sometimes I do suggest burnishing and sometimes I don't mention it, but if you want to, then you can. This is 50% cool grey Prismacolour pencils again. These are my favourites, and thank you to Susan Baker Fuller and one other lady, possibly Claire Eady, for basically recommending them to me. And I haven't looked back. They're soft core pencils and just absolutely lovely. I'm sure there are other wonderful soft core pencils out there as well, but I haven't tried every single brand. Oh, the sun's out. It's been so warm today. Really, really has. I've got the fan on in the hall because my dogs are just so hot, and I am as well because I've been doing some housework today, mopping floors and yeah, absolutely baking, but it hasn't been sunny and now the sun's come out, so I assume it's going to be even hotter. If you can hear a hum, that is a fan in the hall to help my dogs stay cool. Okay, so that's the third layer. Dust off with a tissue, as I said, so I don't push with my fingers any pigment around. Now, this is a darker grey. Is it 70 yet? 70% cool grey. So I'm just following the guide in the book, which is telling me where to place the colour. But obviously, when I say showing the guides where to place the colour, I'm hiding the guides here. You do need to blend it in, otherwise you're going to end up with a sort of digital block pop art colour effect. So you do need to blend the colours together, which would be kind of pressing hard and then tickling into the lighter shade. Or, as I mentioned in many of the guides, going over the darker colour with the previous lighter colour to help blend the two together, or, as I also mention, to burnish, which is, as I've probably mentioned millions of times, pressure shading with a white pencil. Right, we're getting there. Okay, now obviously I do all the step-by-steps, but it's better to build up your layers and colours. So if you at any point want to go back and add a bit of a previous layer, then don't be scared to do that, because it's all about practice. And of course, when you're doing something, oh, excuse me, sorry, I just banged the tripod. You don't know at first how dark, you know, how much saturation of a colour you want. So yeah, just practice, build up the colour. This isn't going actually as saturated in colour as I would have liked. I'm working on an angle here and my head's up above my iPhone, above the tripod, so it's not the easiest angle to work at. Not that I'm trying to give any excuses. But we'll get there. So yeah, I was just going back over some of the colours. And then, as I said, if you want to burnish to blend them together, you can. I'm just doing this for quickness. I'm on to the last layer, which is tickling black. I'm not going crazy. I'm tickling because I don't want to add too much. But I can always add more, which is easier than taking it away. Just having a tickle of it around here. Little few tickly bits around here. I do love this pearl, really is. Now, some of you when doing this might do what I have done and not left white gaps for highlights here. There's one here and a little dot here, but that's okay, don't panic, because if you have a white gel pen or white Posca pen, which is my current favourite, or white jelly roll, or if you don't have those, you can use some white craft paint on a fine brush, and you can just add those little highlights at the end, so don't panic. Okay, so just as I was saying, if you want to pressure shade, you can. It's entirely up to you, and you've got another circle to practice here. So if this one doesn't go right, you can have another try. And there are more practice pages on other pages here, so you can have another go here as well. And so I'm just going to use my white Posca. I tend to kind of blot it with not necessarily a finger or a Q-tip or a tissue, just so it's not, the outer is a bit more feathered. And then if you wish to, like here, you can add a shadow. So I'm just using a mid-grey here, just to start it off. Just gently tickling the page, so I don't want to go in too hard and ruin it. Yeah, I'm aware that I've got writing there, but this is just practice, and the idea is that you practice in the book, but of course you can also draw your own circle. I'm going to burnish the shadow, get rid of some of the white marks, and then I need some to go darker. And don't forget, there are also practice pages that you can print, download and then print from my website, helenclairart.co.uk, so that you can get extra practice to some of the items in the book, which I did promise people that I would do in the book. I'd have, at the start of the book, I'd have supportive material. And once again, I'm not very good at multitasking, which is colouring and talking. Anyway, that shadow, I'd go probably a bit darker on the black. tickling it on and darker there. Can you still see this? Yes, I've not knocked. Anyway, that will do for now. So yeah, so all the steps are in the book, and there are lots of places that you can put pearls. So there'll be circles on so many colouring pages, beads, big circles for it could be a bauble, but now you know that if you see a circle on a colouring page, this will show you how to turn it in to a lovely silvery pearl. So thank you again for watching and for following my YouTube channel, and I hope you all have a lovely day.